Okay. Hello, welcome to my new video, and we're going to play Loomian Legacy, but we can only use Fevine. Here are Fevine's stats. As you can see, they're bad. Not much of a surprise. Fevine is the first evolution of the Tatab line, which is one of the most picked starter lines in the game. But it's meant to be evolved, so that's not literal garbage. But we're going to take that to a whole new level. The reason Fevine is worse than all the other starters, despite having an absolutely great melee attack for this type of run, is because it's weak to lots of parts of the game. It's weak to the Gale Force, the bugs, which is what we're going to be encountering today. It is weak to the Dark type at the Sylvan Gym. It is weak to all of the Toxic types on Route 4. It is weak to the entirety of Hiwa, and there is a boss there. And it's resisted by the Stratosaur on the Metal type teams. And we don't get Jungle Jutsu, a brawler type, perfect brawler type move, because we need to get that by evolution. So here are the rules. No catching other Loomians unless they're gleaming, because I actually want to have a couple of gleamings from this run while I grind. No rallying moves onto Pokemon Loomians, because one, we can't catch any Loomians, because we can't do that, and two, Fevine gets poison anyway, so if I were to trade, I would have poison and I could just Toxic Stall. But that also adds to our next rule, no trading for other Loomians no matter what. Like, no matter what I do, I cannot trade anything on my team to my main account. And then number 3 is that I'm allowed to use item in battle. There is no way that I'm going to spend 4 hours of my life grinding up a cat so I can defeat another very tall cat. So, how do you think that this run's going to turn out? Like and subscribe if you want more of these Fevine videos, because it's actually pretty fun to do these, but I actually want people to watch these videos if they're interested in watching me beat the game with a Fevine. Most people do runs with things like Twilight, but I personally think that using a starter that's weak to the entire game is even more fun. Plus, this is my first challenge run ever. We do not count the X and Y NUZLOCKE that I did where I almost cried. Anyways, so that's all. We're about to get into fight with Mom, so let's begin the video. The battle against Mom was very uneventful, besides the fact that she sucks at Loomian battling. Because she could have killed me, but she really just decided, I won't kill my son's Loomian, he needs motivation. So I don't know if I should blame her for that, but I just kept pouncing on this tree with a tiki mask, and I ended up winning in the end. No help needed, nothing really helped. Except for the fact that I named my Fevine Help, because I'm gonna need help, and I am help, and help. Time to look at the stats. Is it just me, or do I always get the main attacking stat of my starter Loomian to have the worst nature possible? Clever at the worst, but frail on a mainly melee attacking Fevine. The same was with my Snow Cub on my first ever playthrough through the game. I'm gonna have to find a way to get over that. Now we have the OKUPs, the Awakening ability. Personally, I flipping hate this Fevine. Its nature sucks, and I literally named him Help. But I guess we're gonna have to deal with that. I walk into the closet after getting the closet key, and I get 5 useless capture discs. And I get 5 small meds, which made me really happy, since we're going to need some small meds for the Duskit and the bug fights in the place. Let's ignore that. Anyways, we go on to Route 1, and I help this dude out who seems to be walking against an invisible barrier on a bridge that has totally not been set there to further the progression of me. Anyways, me and my cat walk onto Route 1, and we battled the first trainer, which I thought was going to be terrifying since we have a cat that is weak to bugs. But turns out he only has a Twi'lek. And he also has a Cathorn, but the Cathorn only has not at this point. And the Gale Forest is when they actually get bug bites. So Help did very well in this first battle, and that was very pop. So we go to Chessman Town and heal our Loomians, and we fight Daniel, and we finish off the rest of the thing. He only has a Twi'lat, so he was a fairly easy battle, but, you know, we still had to get past that Juggernaut, which was the last trainer on Route 1, but their Twiddle didn't even know Peck. Well, it didn't go for Peck, that's all I know. So we finished off Route 1, and we never lost Fevine once, despite my worries. Because I guess no one ever loses their Fevine on Route 1, so I don't really know why I was worried. But that's because the balance was made so Fevine wouldn't immediately lose here. Or else it would be a trash starter. So we ended up going through it, but it's not supposed to be like this for long. It'll get harder soon. We surprisingly were able to get to Chessman Town and Gale City and Gale Forest really fast. I thought that the bugs would end up being a problem, but they didn't really end up being much of a challenge. Because the AI is trash and only ever really goes for stare or never bug bite. We had a couple of close calls, but we didn't have anything close enough for me to really think that I could be too scared of the thing. So I thought that I was able to very confidently beat Duskit. The only problem in our way was really the prop egg because it only had brace, and that just kind of wasted our time. But we ended up killing it in the line. But nothing could prepare me for the Duskit battle. This battle was possibly the hardest battle so far. Not possibly, but the hardest battle so far. Because Duskit just has a lot of bulk, you know? I feel like it's broken overpowered for this point in the game. And that it shouldn't have been this hard to defeat. I had Fevine healed up. I used a medium med on him. But I couldn't prepare myself for the power of Corrupted Duskit. Because Corrupted Duskit really just did so much damage to my Fevine, to the point that I had to use many meds and I had to rest every once in a while since it was very tanky. And also there's the flinches and stuff like that that could really cause a run to end. I got really close to defeating Duskit, but at the last turn, it went for final roots, which really sucked. Because if you tie against the Duskit, it will reset the battle, and it will count as a loss for you instead of a win for you, because your Loomian fainted. And what ended up happening was it went for final ruse, and because I hadn't stretched, it was faster than me. So when I pounced when it was at low HP, it ended up knocking us both out, and as a win for the Duskit and a loss for me. So I had to do some grinding. I decided to give my Fevine a Kabunga coffee because it would regain energy and I wouldn't have to rest as many times. So that happened. But there was also an attempt that you can't see because I can't find it on my computer. But I got paralyzed and dazed at the same time. And I literally hit myself every single turn if I got through paralysis, and I'd get hit by paralysis. So I didn't waste any small meds on that run. But it was a really annoying run, honestly. At least I tried. This is the third battle I did right after that paralysis battle. This was a pog moment. I got really cautious of final ruse when I actually got it low, which is why I went for stretch. But then I realized I outsped and I just pounced on it since I knew it couldn't final ruse. I feel like the Duskit shouldn't have final rules at this point, but you know, the game can do whatever it wants. I'm not telling that train, just saying. But yeah, the Duskit battle was actually the hardest battle. I totally cannot wait for the Kazune battle. That's gonna be a nightmare. A very fat nightmare. So, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more videos where I use a Fevine throughout the entire game. I personally think it's the worst starter for a casual playthrough. I mean, it's cute, but it really doesn't have any substantial big factors that allow it for you to win the games. So yeah, see ya.